in the future. But right now, it's time. It's go time. It's Paris Renegades. It's DC Minutemen. It's the Diamond Chumps for Vanguard Summer. And here we go. Moving over to P1.
And DC is immediately, they're going to have the good side, so they're going to have the early points here at the start. Let's see what Paris, if they're going to be able to break into this hill. So far, it's not happening as Zephyr and Robbie are able to get the first 2 opening kills as a good start for DC Minutemen.
Good start for DC indeed, but keep an eye on Paris. They are walking around and trying to surround and get the pinch going. And it looks like we got a player up on doubles. It's going to be Maddie, who's going to try to help out Super Perp and is going to be able to get into the point as we get a complete wipe inside of the point. So Paris is going to look to bring this one back right and quick. Don't want to let this game get out of hand real early now, do we?
Nope, definitely not. As it looks like the teams are going to be focusing on the rotation now. Paris, they're going to fight for this scrap. They are going to get a nice little 2-piece from Electric MC as Zephyr. He's already rotated in for his team, but Maddie is there as well. Maddie gets the kill, and rotation is going to fall in favor for Paris.
Which is going to go in favor of Paris, but there's also a couple of DC players who are going to try to not let this happen. But what are you going to do? And Super is going to bust through the window and say, "This is mine now. I ain't letting you get anywhere near this damn thing." He's going to hop around, going to try to look for any sign of any DC players. He's going to be able to see one over towards that P4 area. He's going to lay some shots down, but ultimately going to get picked off. So now it's going to be up to Paris to hold it tight inside. Electric just going to kind of regroup here. Going to try to collect himself before making a play. Going to be just trying to look around, waiting for teammates to hop back on board, but DC Minutemen are going to regain the lead here. They're going to try to get on a lot of this time here as we start thinking about P3 with 25 seconds to go.
Yeah, and Zephyr is all the way back getting those P3 spawns for his team, and DC, they are going to be set up very beautifully. But at the cost, they gave up a lot of time to Paris to get these scraps. I mean, no one from DC even making a push. I mean, that was 20, 25 seconds of scrap time that Paris was given for free just so that DC could get these spawns, and they're not even guaranteed to hold the next hill.
They're guaranteed, but they're just going to try to kill out these 2 players that know nearby, and that's going to be helpful when Robbie gets taken out there by Dahmers, and now that should be spawns, and that is spawns here for the Paris Renegades, but DC still going to hold on tight, going to grip any piece of fabric they can find and try to hold on to this hill, and they're going to continue to do so. They're actually getting the kills right now, but now Electric going to find 2. Can he find 3? Cannot find 3. Sock's going to be able to take them down, but Dahmers is going to be there for the regroup and should be able to hop onto this point, get some spawns back, but DC Minutemen are going to be going right back into the action.
Yeah, and that was a mistake out of DC Minutemen. I think they rotated from that last hill way too early, and now Paris are going to be looking to extend their lead. And even if DC is able to get into the hill right now, which it looks like that they are, it's not really going to matter as Paris, they're going to be set in on the rotation right now as well.
It's going to be a bit of a fight here for this rotation. We see Super Perp kind of hanging over towards the back over by that B-bomb site. He's be hanging out by Warehouse there. And I think these men actually have a read on this. They're going to try to push on through. They know they need to get these spawns. And one player stands in their way, and they're automatically going to get taken down as Zephyr going to push right there and find the kill on the Super Perp. But Maddie is going to be right there to try to get some trades here and try to get Paris back onto this point. Going to be hanging out here by the head glitch. We know well Maddie going to grab 2. Nice little jump shot there. Gets Paris back on the board. DC going to spawn out. Great regain here out of Paris.
Yeah, that is a beautiful regain. They regain the spawns, and DC, they are spawning out. Now, they're not spawning incredibly far away as Robbie gets aggressive. He does get taken down, though. But, I mean, Paris, they're doing a good job. They're making the reads. They're getting the hill breaks that they need. I mean, it's still a close game, and DC is doing a good job of, minimizing the deficit. But it really seems like Paris are just they kind of have most of the control going on right now as they're getting the breaks, they're getting the pushes that they need, and it's working out for them.
Getting the breaks, holding down a lot of those big angles. DC Minutemen not able to get anywhere close to this as we now look over towards P5, which DC do have a good surrounding of, but Dahmers is going to be able to punch a hole on through. He's going to get some help there from Electric, who's going to be able to hop right on. Zyplex going to try to prevent this from getting any worse. He's going to try to find it, but Electric is going to get the kill, but is ultimately going to get traded out. So now it's DC's turn to try to get some points, but you notice Robbie is basically all alone at the moment. Like one other player nearby is Paris looks to surround him and try to regain this point. But I mean, we're starting to light up blue here on the kill feed, so DC might have found their fire a little bit here.
Yeah, it looks like it, and it's on P5 of all hills, where it is noted for being a little scrappy, but they're doing a good job. Now only about a 30-point game as Paris. It doesn't really seem like they're able to get much of a hold onto that hill. If I'm Paris, I think man, I'm just going to go ahead and scrap it, and I believe that's exactly what they're going to do, as 3 are already going to be on the new hill.
Give DC some hope. Let them get back into this game and just shove it right back down their throats. That's ultimately what Paris is going to try to do here. Back onto this P1. You see a pretty standard setup here. And you even have Maddie sitting over on the P3 side. I think Zephyr is going to try to take him out. Might actually get really good timing on this, but keep an eye on the Paris spawn. They are spawning over there. So Zephyr is going to have a really crazy play here on this catwalk. Take a look. Is going to be able to find a couple of players, most likely, but did not find Maddie. Didn't check the corner. Was only able to find one. Meanwhile, inside of the point, it is all Paris all the time as DC have yet to break on in.
Yeah, it just came down to that play from Zephyr. If he was able to find multiple kills, then it would have been probably a pretty good push, but he was not able to do so as Maddie was just kind of hiding in that corner, just waiting for anyone from that flank. Now, that is 4 down for Paris Renegades, but only about 20 seconds left in the hill. But Paris, they do have kind of a long way to go for this next P2. And if DC goes ahead and rotates now, they should have a good chance to hold on to it.
Have a good chance indeed. Keeping out number 2 in Diamond. This is going to be the furthest one hanging out over by this P2 area, but is ultimately going to get picked up there by Zyplex, as now it's going to be DC going to get the first few seconds here. About a 40-point deficit here for Paris. Going to be up here for DC. Now DC going to try to get this P3 position here, try to get some kills, try to figure out where Paris is going to be coming from, and it's ultimately going to work in their favor as the kill feed lights up blue once again. And it looks like they might be able to make a comeback here. They are holding Paris down. They know where the spawn is. They know where they're coming from. So those first couple of kills are massive. And now they just got to prevent the full-on push.
But if we know anything about Paris, we do know that they play very well as a team, and they're able to break it just about in any hill in any situation. And that's exactly what they did just now, as there's only a couple of players left for DC that are able to make any sort of play. And there's already a player for Paris on rotation, as that is now 4 down for DC Minutemen, but they still somehow have the spawns for this new hill. So Electric's still not able to get the spawns for his team, so he has to stay alive, and he's not able to do so.
Not able to do so on the slay as Paris continuing to hold on, but it will be a P3 hold here for DC as they once again got a response. But look at Super Part number 1 on your map. He's going to be able to pick up stocks. And now, as they push on through, going to be looking for extra players. DC going to try to help out, but this is the perfect time for the reinforcement to the Renegades to come on and keep Super Perp alive. And that is going to mean spawns. Paris able to spawn on in, should be able to hit the 200 mark here. DC Minutemen are going to have to fly. They have some work to do.
Man, and Dahmers right now is having himself a game, 23 kills, leading his team. That is not that is something that Paris really needed to do. Have someone get a standout performance, and it's definitely Dahmers right now doing absolutely fantastic for his team. It's going to be close to a 100-point deficit if Paris is able to get the rest of this time, and it looks like they are going to be doing just that, as there just really does not seem to be stopping Paris. Paris is looking unstoppable right now.
They're about to hit a 100-point lead on this too. Like, I mean, they're about to hit a 100-point lead. It is looking all but over for DC Minutemen as Paris have just ran them over. And look, they are even going to have spawns going into this P4. I think DC Minutemen see the writing on the wall. Spawns are there, but Maddie, actually, no, spawns are not there. I am mistaken. I don't know where the rest of Paris went, but all of a sudden, Maddie, who found themselves alone. So now the glide bomb is going to come in. He's going to be able to pick up Zyplex. So now only 2 players remain, but DC Minutemen do retain the spawns. As Paris, you know, just try to flood them through the front. They can take their time with this one. They have all the time in the world. They have a really big lead to work with. So as long as they're able to get these kills, they will be able to close this one out here in a hurry.
Yeah, and DC, they have a mountain of work to do if they want to come back into this game. It is looking very unlikely as the time passes. That is 3 dead for DC. Robbie, the last one alive for his team. Is he going to be able to make anything happen? And the answer is no. Paris is going to close it out right here.
Paris gonna put it away. A map 1 victory for Paris and almost 100-point win here on Berlin Hardpoint. Brandy, I think we have ourselves a favorite here for the series.
Yeah, I definitely think so too. That was an exclamation point of a win right there. I mean, you come out, you start off hot. Now the first, I would say the first set of rotations pretty close. Okay, I think you'd agree. But Paris, after that first set,
first kill, Electric Dahmers was not able to get the final bullet as he jumped out of the fire window. So it's going to be DC Minutemen who are going to start with the man advantage to begin this.
Yeah, but there's 3 players for DC that are close to the A bomb site, and the bomb is just now starting to make their way over.
To go down here for Paris Renegades is going to be a 4v2 situation here. I can't talk. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen, others. But now going to be a 3v2 situation, making it a 3v1 as Maddie going to be left alive, and now the bomb going to go down here on this A site. Maddie gonna have some work to do. Gonna go in through fire. I don't know if they have the read quite yet. It's gonna be Robbie who's gonna be the first line of defense. And they're definitely gonna run into each other. Oh no, the timing. Oh no, the timing. Oh no, the timing. Oh no, they definitely saw each other. But Zephyr is able to turn right around. A great way to throw the shoulder and get some peaks, and able to turn right around and expect that player to turn around the corner. So it's gonna be DC Minutemen who take that first round.
Yep, nice plays out of Zephyr to turn around and get that kill, and nice opening blood out of DC. It was really that opening blood from Zephyr that just kind of set the pace for the whole round. And I thought the bomb would be a little bit out of position there, but it ended up all working out, and DC off to the early lead.
Early lead, and Zephyr is going to be the one with 3-0. Keep an eye on that. We'll see if they're going to build it up into something for streaks. Gonna try to look to find Domers. Get some hit markers. Can't quite find that last bullet. Couldn't get it done. 4v4. This looks like it's gonna be Paris. We're gonna still be thinking about those Bravo sites. Gonna be just kind of pushing on through. Not gonna have much company yet. They know Zephyr though. Zephyr's gonna get that information and is actually gonna make a really smart play here. Sox does get a pick with the sniper rifle. Electric goes down. But I was gonna say Zephyr made a smart play, regrouping with the team, backing up. Didn't really need the chow, but the bomb does get planted at B, and Paris even up the manpower. And here we go.
Oh, and Matty decided to get aggressive despite the fact he probably didn't need to. Sox is now on the flank, and it's all going to be left to Domers in a 1v2 situation. And he's going to be quickly taken out, and that's going to be another round for DC Minutemen. DC off to a good start. And keep an eye on the streaks. You got Zephyr and Sox. Both haven't died yet, so they're feeling hot right now.
They're feeling hot. If they can build something into streaks, it'll be massive, especially on the Tuscan, especially as they continue to build that lead. They could start to run away with this one. And I got to say, definitely looking good, definitely getting the better situation there on those flanks, and also just overall getting really good kills and just getting first bloods and trades when they need to. Paris is going to have to look to pick it up here for sure.
Yeah, they need to make something work out. It seems like the pace is just not going in their favor, and there's not really a whole lot that they're really able to do right now. Well, I just saw every single player from DC run back and try to grab the bomb, so maybe that'll work in favor for Paris.
Timing's gonna be a little messed up there for DC. Is Paris gonna get a little bit more forward on the map across that 50-yard line and just kind of stand back and wait as Zyplex is gonna be kind of left all alone over on the bottom of the map. You see number 4 on your screen. Just kind of waiting around, seeing who peaks first. But Robbie, is that going to come in for the reinforcements? Going to push on through, going to get a couple of shots onto Maddie. One player over by the well who's going to be able to win that one. Electric down there. I think they're going to chase, but Super Purple is going to find one, but he's going to get traded out. Trades everywhere, and all of a sudden, Maddie finds themselves alone, and Robbie with the pistol going to put him into the Shadow Realm. DC Minutemen running away 3-0.
Man, I have to admit, Bobby, I did not really expect this. I mean, DC, they've come out hot. They've got basically all the opening bloods, and they're letting Paris, like we said, they're letting Paris come to them.
And Paris, I mean, they're just not getting the kills they need to. You saw once the kills finally started going down, it was still DC who were ultimately ending up on top. So Paris probably going to have to look to be just a little bit more aggressive and just try to do a little bit better to play their lives at the same time, which I know is a kind of contradicting statement, but I mean, what else are you going to do? DC Minutemen are really fast, so you kind of have to shove right back in the face. You don't want to be too passive, but at the same time, you got to take the smarter gunfights and not get as scrappy and let DC Minutemen run this game.
Yeah, and it really seems like Paris, they don't have any reads right now. I'm not sure if any of their stuns connected.
He's going to kind of wait around here. Maybe a 4v3 situation, but Robbie's going to go in for the chow. I think Super Purple is going to be able to expect that one, and all of a sudden, Paris up a man. 3-2. Joe's going to grab the bomb, but the trade is going to come in, so it's going to be down to Zypher here for DC Minutemen to clutch this 1v2 situation. Bomb is dropped over by that A site. Dahmer's just kind of trying to find any information, but what they don't know is Zephyr is making the rounds. Actually might get some pretty decent opportunity here. The bomb has been picked up and knows that's definitely happening. So now it's a question of, okay, here at A. Oh no. Oh no. And that's going to be bomb drop again. 17 seconds. All of a sudden, DC Minutemen have the power for this. Here comes the chow though. Super Perp. Gonna go around with a slide cancel. Doesn't even aim down the sights. Just let him fly. Is going to get the kill. Paris finally on the board.
And that was a big kill out of Super Perp right now. Paris needed any sort of momentum because so far just the rounds have not been going in their favor. And even that last round got a little bit interesting. Zephyr was able to get the bomb carrier, but Super Perp just happened to be right there. So nice plays out of him to read where he was. But yeah, I mean, if Paris, if you're going to climb back into this, I mean, that's a good start.
And bomb once again being just thrown over towards B. I'm starting to see a bit of a pattern with both of these teams just trying to keep the bomb mostly protected as all the scrappiness happens inside of A. But now as they get the first kill, it's going to be a rotation over. But Zyplex will go down, and now the bomb is dropped basically center of the map. It's a 3v2 situation for DC, but Paris might have an idea of where the bomb is. So they might be able to make that work. But when you lose one of your players, that becomes a little less easy. So it's going to be up to Super Perp, who just might get the information, but it's going to be expected. An expected guess is taken down. DC Minutemen continuing to climb 4-1.
Yeah, and it's not looking good for Paris right now. They need to make some sort of play. They need to make something happen. Whatever Paris is doing right now, it's just it's not working. I think they need to tone down the aggression just a little bit. I mean, there's multiple times where players are completely caught out of position, and it really all comes down to those first bloods. And I'm pretty sure DC has every single one of them so far.
Every single one of them, indeed. But move over to B site once again here with Dahmers with the bomb alongside Electric. The rest of Paris going to try to make do over on this A site. And Sox with the sniper pulls out the pistol. Now going to pull out the sniper. Knows they're there. Can't quite find the head of Super Perp. Dahmer's going to pick up one. And Sox just caught in a bad place right now. Can't find a kill with the pistol. So now it's going to be up to Zyplex. Gonna wait around the A site is Dahmers with the pistol. Gonna come around. Zyplex does see one player though, but the pinch is gonna be too much. Paris Renegades gonna make this a swing round. It's 4-2.
As we go into the all-important swing round, and if Paris does win this, then things do get a lot more interesting. Even though they will still be down, we know how that all-important swing round can be with a 4-3 deficit. Though, I mean, it's hard to tell exactly what Paris needs to change. I mean, they got that last round for sure, but it didn't really seem like they did too much different. So, I mean, we'll keep an eye and see if they see what they have to do. But looks like they still need to change something.
Again, one taking out towards people. Look at that read there by Electric. Gonna take down the bomb carrier, and now the bomb's sitting stranded over on top by that gate over by P5. And I think Paris know it too. And they're going to push on through. Look at this. Just going to go around through Maddie. No hezzy. Just going to grab Zephyr. As Maddie looking to help out here. But Robbie does find Dahmers and actually picks up the bomb. There's actually a great play. Because now they're going to run away. They're going to have the bomb in possession. But a gunfight happens downstairs. And Electric's going to win. It's going to be all up to Sox. Going to have to recover a bomb or try to get 3 kills or both at this rate. 1v3 situation here for Sox. Just going to kind of wake and look for Super Perp. Knows they're back there, but Super going to get the better of that one. Paris Renegades have made this interesting. It's 4-3 DC, but Paris ain't out of it yet.
Paris is not out of it. They got the swing ground, and that is big. I mean, Paris, they're still holding on to that aggression tactic, and I guess it has worked these past couple rounds, but I mean, I wouldn't hold my breath. I look, personally, I still have my doubts. I still think they need to slow down just a little bit. But I mean, if it's been working the past 2 rounds, by all means, keep trying and keep doing your thing. But DC, they still have a lead for a reason.
Still have the lead, but they want to try to slow down Paris as much as they possibly can. Now it's going to be just a full send over to the P5, and Zephyr's going to realize that they have to get out of dodge. And they're going to do so. A couple extra bullets in the back. But Paris still end up finding 2 anyway. Zephyr and Sox both going down. Dahmer's going to have the easy bomb plant here. And now all of a sudden, Zyplex finds themselves alone. It's a 1v4 situation. Bomb is going to go down towards B. And I mean, this is a tall order here for Zyplex. But we've seen some crazy clutch here. Tuscan. But Brenty, the game is tied. It's for all.
Oh, man. Okay. Now that was some aggression I really like to see. A full 4 send over towards the B side. I didn't exactly see who was defending it at first, but as soon as they saw that it was a full send, they just got out of dodge and still died. I mean, really good round out of Paris, and let's see if they're able to take the first lead of the day.
Paris would love nothing more than to bring this one back and take this one. That would definitely get inside the mental there of DC. Now it's going to be another full send here over towards B, but this time it's going to be for DC. And Super Perp is really starting to turn it on here. He's going to find Robbie. So now DC down a man again. So move over here towards P5. Masox is going to be able to even up the score, but look at Electric. He's going to be able to find one. Can they find two? Electric knows that there's got to be somebody in that corner, and Zybeck's still going to be hanging out over by the cubby spot. Electric definitely got a peek of him. So now the pinch can begin here for Paris, and Zephyr is alone again. 1v3 scenario. Doesn't have the bomb. Bomb is going to be stuck inside of P5, and Zephyr's going to get met in the middle. The Paris Renegades have brought this one back, and it's Matt Point.
It is Matt Point, and Bobby, this was... I did not expect this at all. I knew Paris would not change their tactics at all, but so far it's been working. That was a beautiful flank. I believe it was from Electric that had that flank. I could be mistaken, either Electric or Dahmers. But either way, I mean, they're starting to... They're not just focusing on aggression. Like, they're actually starting to make plays, which is probably just as equally as important. And it's been working out really beautifully for them.
Working beautifully indeed. Paris is going to be moving in through the middle now. This time they're really take it to him. This time this is about to be a bloodbath. Get ready. Watch this turn. Couple of gunshots are going to fire. Dahmers is going to find one, but he's going to get traded out. And Sock actually ends up picking up Electric as well. Maybe a little too aggressive as Paris. But as I say that, Super finds one, but is traded out. Maddie. 1v2 situation could definitely do it. Bomb is dropped in the middle of church. Maddie has to know that they're probably going to be guarding it. I think they know that it's down for sure. Oh, look at the push up top. Look at the push up top. I think he sees. Yeah, definitely was just waiting to see if there was going to be another player. Lots of time to work with here for Maddie. Let's see what they're going to attempt to do. It looks like they're going to attempt to go in through top fire. Just trying to look in and try to get any type of information. 38 seconds on the clock. DC just going to play this nice and tight. Are not going to let anyone get into this church. They want to protect the house of worship at all costs. This is what the Minutemen are hired to do. But Maddie gets the cancel, gets the kill. It's a 1v1. It's Maddie. It's Robbie. 20 seconds on the clock, and Maddie's got the push in, but the timing is so perfect. Robbie's going to be putting it in towards field, and now Maddie's going to grab the bomb and run right on out. Going to try to get this onto A, but is going to keep an eye on that site. This should be a good plan here for Maddie. So now time back in his possession. And Robbie's going to go up top. Oh, this timing is perfect, but they're probably going to meet up top. This might be it. I think Maddie's going to catch him, and it's going to be a 1v2, and Maddie has brought it back. The Paris Renegades are up 2-0 in the series. What a comeback by the Renegades.
Oh, man. What was that, a 4-2 comeback?
4-1.
4-1 comeback? Oh, man.
Good Lord, bro. Good Lord. And I mean, there's really not much to look at there for the kills and deaths. Grave mistake by listening to me. Rule number 1, don't ever listen to anything I say. That's why I got Brendy. You don't listen to me. You listen to Brendy. All right? That's how we're doing this.
Here's the thing. I wasn't listening to you either, so I completely missed it as well.
Right,
so.
Exactly. You know, exactly. I mean, I think I just mumbled my words, which happens sometimes when I talk as fast as I do, but you know what? These people are going to be missing out on a good match. Paris Renegades are with a great comeback. Now we're going to be up 2-0 in the Diamond Grand Finals here for the Vanguard Summer Season. And they're starting off strong in this attack here on Tuscan.
Yep, they are. They're already going to get 2 ticks, and I think that 8 point is just as good as toast for DC. So nice start out of Paris, and they're doing a good job so far. This is the aggression we like to see out of Paris, and dude, this is already off to a terrible start.
Oh, terrible start for DC. I mean, that's a 10-life lead going over towards this B point. A is going to be just about captured. Maddie has been just teasing it this whole time. I don't know if you guys noticed that, by the way. He was just rocking it back and forth, just waiting on the time. And now Paris have a lot of room to work with here. 2 minutes, up by 7 lives here. Moving on over to this B point, and the guns are starting to fly.
They are starting to fly, and by all means, this is what we expected out of Paris, the full-on aggression. Now, DC, they are still able to hold on the first couple Paris pushes, for now at least, but Super Perp right now is in the back of the DC spawn.
Yep.
Yeah, really beautiful flank, but Paris, they still have to find their kills.
Man, Dahmers is going to be back there too. He's going to get picked up, but it's going to be Super Perp. Still going to be in the back, being a problem. Meanwhile, the rest of Paris is going to be pushing in through P5. So now DC going to be in a bit of trouble unless Robbie decides, you know what? I'm just going to take this for myself. Going to grab a couple of kills there. It was going to be trouble for DC. They were going to be spawning over towards the field, and it would have been a lot more trouble to get on over, and they probably would have been able to lose a tick out of it. So Paris still maintaining their lives lead, but...
Dude, Super Perp is still being so annoying back there. DC,
yeah, I know. Well, like, if we go to Super Perp, 7-1 right now. And DC, I think have just opted to ignore for right now because they just can't get him off the damn tank. So now Zephyr's going to hop onto the point, try to get some defense in. I mean, what in the world? I mean, production, go back there first. I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean,
well, to be
now
fair,
finally,
Paris isn't really helping Super Perp out either, because I mean, like they still need to make a push happen.
I know, but look at the lives as well, though. It's 15-7. I mean, Paris basically have this locked down and ready to go. And when you have Super blocking a whole one lane and you're just giving up on it, I mean, you are just completely out of options. Maddie gonna hop onto the point. Dahmer's now gonna join the party as well. 13-4 DC. No respawns remaining, so they're just gonna have to play perfectly. But I mean, what else can we do? A clinical attack right here out of Paris Renegades, and very shortly here, with the last player up being Zephyr, it is gonna be all she wrote, and Paris will be able to take this first round.
Oh man, and yeah, quite a dominant performance, especially out of Super Perp in round 1. I mean, he was back there for a good, basically ever since A was capped, if I'm not mistaken. Like, as soon as he got to that back spawn tank, like, he made some pushes here and there to help out his team, but just DC, they are forced to spawn field that the whole time because of that, and Super Perp was just not dying. He got the glide bomb too.
Yep, keep an eye on that glide. 12-1 for Super Perp. That H streak gets in the glide. So Paris really putting themselves up here for success. DC now have a much harder time going into this, as they realize that there's going to be a kill streak involved, and they just realize what they are truly up against. Paris are firing on all cylinders, and DC just can't seem to get anything going. Super Perp out on a 10 streak, make it an 11 as he finds 3, was able to kill a teammate as well, but ends up finding 3 over towards you. Super Perp is putting the team on their back, 15-2 for Super Perp, and Paris is just not letting up.
That is, yeah, Super Perp is making sure that it's going to end right now. I mean, he is doing as much as he can, but that is a glide that Super Perp does use his glide bomb pretty early, and DC actually did get a take on to B, and they're going for that second. That second is probably not going to come in unless Cyplex has anything to say about it, and yeah, I mean, look, if you're Paris, like, okay, maybe you got a little over cocky there. It's time to slow down just a little bit and regroup.
I will say they're doing a little bit better here on the zone. So they were able to get a tick on B, almost got the second tick, weren't quite able to do it. Now they're going to be stacking up over towards A, and are able to get some significant progress over there. Should be a second tick, and probably are going to be able to get the third. They're up by a couple of lives as well. So DC are starting to bring it back. And remember, Super has already used that glide bomb. So now they just kind of try to put Super Perp to an end just off their gun skill alone. But it's going to be a tall task here. They do get the 8 point, 2 minutes to go.
Now, DC, they can still make it. They can still make a coordinated push here. That is bottom church completely cleared out. Only one player probably going to be able to do any sort of damage. Is Dahmer. It looks like he's going to. Looks like he's going to hold off for now, or at least play this a little slow. There's going to be a push coming in from this radio area. There's only one person on point right now. It's Electric. He has to stay alive.
It's Electric. He's just staying alive on Ply, but is ultimately going to go for the chow here over by Zox, but he's going to get taken out. Zox ends up picking up another as well, as Maddie does go down. Live lead in favor of DC, but Super Perp, where else but sitting in the back by the milk truck with the AR. Gonna be really, really annoying. The chow, I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, you go for the chow and you lose that. I mean, Super Perp is just on a different level right now. Robbie doesn't end up finding 2, and Maddie gonna be in a good position as well, but that's 3 down there for Paris. So now the regain here for DC as they move to push it onto the point. Lives are just about even with DC with a slight lead. Paris could definitely flip it around there if they're able to get these next couple of kills for sure. As Zephyr gonna try to take down the god that is Super Perp. Or I'm sorry, it's Electric right there. Towards the back, was able to get it. Zephyr is going to be able to get a great couple of kills there at a DC. That's going to put him in a great position, but Super Perp is still in the back. Now here comes the stack. So they're going to stack the point. It's where the gyms for sure, but can Super Perp line them up and take them out? Looks like no. And now here comes the kills coming on through. They're going to go in favor of DC unless Electric has something to say about it, and he does. Going to be able to find 2, and now going to be able to find the third. Going to prevent the third tick coming in, and I think we're going to see a decisive victory right here. It's going to be really close.
Yeah, and we'll have to see if Paris can, focus a little bit more on the regroup. They should be able to be just fine. But there is aggression right now coming out of DC. It's so far being held off by Maddie and Electric. Sox is able to get the kill. There's 2 players left in DC in position. It's going to be Sox. There's 2 players on the speed point, and there's only 2 lives left for Paris.
Super Perp is going to be the one that hops in. He's going to take down Sox. It's going to be up to Dahmers. 1v3. Fight Sue. Dahmers found 2. And now it's going to be a 1v1. Dahmers and Zyplex. Zyplex going to go in clutch. Is going to be in the corner. Zyplex going to go around. Dahmers gets the first couple of shots. And he's going to try to go for the chow. Nope, just trying to get info. Smart play. Doesn't want to get too over the top. Zyplex can't quite find the chow. 15 seconds on the clock. Zyplex is going to hop on the point. I don't think he realized how much time was left, how little there was left to capture on the tick. So DC, luck on out, was able to get the Paris player away and hop on and take this victory.
Oh, man, DC. Really nice play out of Robbie to get that point. But, man, Dahmers had a really good chance to get an amazing 1v3 clutch in control, but it was not meant to be. Like you said, I don't think he realized that last tick was almost complete. And man, it really. Now, if that last tick was not complete, then Dahmers, would have had a really nice play there. But unfortunate for him, it was only about a second and a half of the point needed to be capped.
I'm looking over towards the A side, and it's going to be Paris who are going to immediately get 3 down and grab a tick as well. So looking to regain after that one for sure. I mean, it was definitely a close enough round. So DC still going to be the ones definitely on their heels, and you got to think that right now they're still going to be in a little bit of trouble, a little bit off in their mental. But as they say, that 3 go down, because you know what? None of my analysis matters, Brendy. I just got to keep going to you. I don't know why in the world I would even try to even take your job.
Well, in fairness, I think a lot of what you say just doesn't matter in general. So
sure. You know what? You're 100% right.
Yeah, so I kind of have to be here to equalize you as Paris. They did make a little bit of a slight push on the B, but it looks like nothing is really coming of it as DC read it pretty well. They adjusted accordingly. The save point should be kept pretty soon, though.
They absolutely love teasing this point. We just saw Dahmers basically doing the same thing we saw Maddie doing earlier, just kind of tucking that edge. Something I haven't seen before, but then again, I am in Bronze Division, so what in the world do I know about control? What in the world do I think I even remotely know about the game of control? You know what I mean? I mean, it's just not something I'm even remotely aware of. So anywho, it's going to be DC who are preventing the push onto A for right now. Going to keep it up and alive. Paris starting to slow down a little bit. Not something you want to try to find yourself into. You want to try to get yourself out of the blendy as soon as you possibly can. You need a couple of kills here, and you'll be able to get this A site. Lives are going to be just about even. Look at the flank here coming in. Zyplex going to be able to pick up Dahmers, and I think Electric is going to go try to find them for the kill, and will do so. So now one final push onto A should do it. Should be able to stack it up, and now it's going to be a focus on the B after they get this point.
Yep, that A point, they're not going to cap it. They're just going to run right past it. Okay, Super Perp changes his mind. Okay, I was a little confused there for a second. I guess he thought one of his teammates was on there, so maybe a little bit of miscommunication there. But Paris right now, a little staggered. The only person right now in position for any sort of push right now is Super Perp, as Maddie slows down a little bit and does wait for his team, but he is taken out as well. And Super Perp, it looks like he's going for this back tank again. Robbie's already positioned there. I think Robbie is going to be a little bit more cautious here.
A little more cautious. Lives even minutes ago. Paris still have a chance at this. Electric kind of caught in a pretty bad spot at the moment. Robbie's going to find Super. Maddie's going to go down. Dahmers going to be able to find Zephyr. He's going to be able to find Zyplex as well. So Lives even once again. And actually, it's going to be a big win here for Paris. They have an opening. Now they got to take advantage of it. They got to get these next couple of kills. And it doesn't help when Robbie has started to really turn it on. 14 and 21. But the last few kills have just been absolutely important for DC Minutemen to continue this streak going. So now, Paris down by 2. Super Perp still the one doing their main slaying. I mean, look at that right now. But look at the KDs for all that teams. I think Super Perp's going to need a little bit of help here.
Yeah, Super Perp needs help. He's 30 kills on round 3 of Control. I mean, that's absolutely insane. Paris already out of lives, and they have not really made any sort of push onto this B point. Let's see. You can't keep relying on another Dahmers miracle like that, man.
And now it's going to be Paris finding themselves with only 2 of their players up. Make it 1. It's going to be Electric MC. Last one to go. Going to get into a final gunfight, but it's not going to be able to do it. DC Minutemen going to look to close the gap here. Going to look to finally get themselves on the board. They are 1 round away from doing so. It's 2-1 here in this control.
It's 2-1 in Paris. They're going to be moving on to a defense, and with how DC has been playing, they are more than capable of closing it out here. And I have to admit, Bobby, after watching that first round of Control, I did not really expect this. I thought Paris would be running away from it. I mean, that first round I thought was going to set the tone for the for the whole map.
So now, Paris going to look to try to regain here. They're on defense, so they definitely have an opportunity to do so. I did lose kind of the ticks, admittedly. So I'm not really sure where we're at. So we're just gonna have to be nice and surprised, just like everybody else, about who's gonna get the defense there on round 5. Pardon me. Paris with a good start here. Going to find the first couple of kills. No progress being made over towards the A site whatsoever. And look at Super Perp once again, really starting to fry. But that nade is definitely going to stop him in his tracks. But the kills continue to fly in here for Paris. And now one player is going to try to sneak through for DC over towards B, but it's going to get stopped there by Maddie. So now Paris really making a statement here, trying to keep them pinned back. But now Robbie going to try to punch a hole, but Electric keeps firing, keeps hand on the trigger, and is able to keep it moving. I mean, this is just a different Paris at the moment. DC cannot find a way in to any of these points at the moment.
Yeah, there's not really a whole lot that they can do. Zephyr was able to sneak behind enemy lines, though it looks like he's going to try to make it some sort of surprise B push here as that is quickly taken care of by Super Perp. And now this is it. This is the Paris that we were kind of expecting from that first round, and they're starting to heat back up again, Bobby.
Oh, it's starting to heat back up in a big way. I mean, it's 23-11. Even if DC try to pull a point here, I mean, it's going to be really tough when you're down that many lives so quickly. So DC Minutemen in one last desperate attempt, going over towards B, and Super Perp knows it. Finds one, finds two. There's going to be two more. One's going to be going up towards that top broken area. Sock's going to be the lone person on the point here. Sideplex was able to find one, and now the regroup here for DC. Going to try to make one final go at this, and a split push actually going down as Sox and Sideplex doing work. Look at this. They're going to be getting some ticks inside of B, and look at over on A, the split push going in. There's a tick being made there as well. So DC gonna make one final go at this. B is cleared out. It's 18-7 here for Paris, but DC has at least made this interesting.
They have, but I think the lives will end up catching up to them, and I believe that it will probably allow Paris to take this round. But even so, I mean, I believe there's a decent chance that that last tick may have just solidified DC into getting the defense the next round. I'm not 100% sure. Like you said, we will find out when that happens. But yeah, I mean, either way, I still feel like it's anyone's game, Bobby. But we'll see.
Yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see. I mean, defense seems to be the play right now for both squads, as it is.
That's typical on this map.
Yeah, I mean, typical in control in general. I mean, definitely this map definitely plays that way as well. Berlin really being the only like attack heavy map here on control, but for the most part, yeah, it's gonna be defensive heavy, 12-2 here for Paris. And I think DC just gonna kind of wait this one back, see if they can pick up a couple loose change before they head on out and get ready for the next. But nope, they're actually gonna hop on the point, try to get this round over with. 1, 2, and that's gonna be it for DC. So now we go to a round 5. Paris wins this, they will be your Diamond champions for the summer season. DC trying to keep themselves alive, and winning this round is the only way they can do it now.
Yep, and they definitely have some work to do. Let's see exactly what side they spawn on. I like we said, I lost track. Okay, it looks like they are on offense, so they do have a lot of work to do. I think that one B tick was the deciding factor for DC. So good job by them to get it. But either way, I mean, Paris can still get this done. I mean, they've shown how aggressive they can get in certain situations. I mean, especially if Super Perp can get behind enemy lines.
So moving up here towards A, and now the couple of kills are going to go down. There's going to be one more. It's going to be Zephyr over in the back, going to try to find Dahmers, and will be able to do so. So a good thwart of Paris' initial push. And now looking over towards B, it's going to be Maddie who's going to be able to hopping on, and it's going to be Dahmers who's going to be hopping right on back. So now DC going to turn attention over towards B as the rest of Paris tries to help out their teammates, but I don't know if they're going to get there in time. Nope, never mind. I lied. Dahmers is a nasty, is going to be able to find 2, and Super Perp there for the cleanup, continuing to fry. He's 44 and 22. No one else in the lobby even touching it at the moment, and I don't think he has any more streaks at his disposal, unfortunately, but he's going to need some help here as Paris really desperately need to get some ticks going.
Yeah, I definitely think so too. But this is a good start. There is a little bit of a flank coming in from Zyplex, and he's actually there's 2 players coming in from mid alley, and there's going to be an A push stop. That is 4 dead for Paris. Look where they spawn. They could 4-stack this B point if they get over there in a hurry.
But I think DC realizes quickly what's going on. As Robin's going to be quick on the rotation, going to go on top, but is going to get found out. So now the stack on B begins. Keep an eye on the back. It's going to be Sox, number 78 minimap, going to be going in for the flank. Does find one player, but the comms are going to be definitely there. Going to get spotted, but Zypa is coming in on the flank as well. So it's just going to be a constant back and forth seesaw between this A and B point. Maddie going to find one more player. That's 4 down. 4 down for DC, and a split push gets settled in A and B, getting taken here. 1 tick on both. It's going to be a matter of anybody can be able to get the second tick. Sock's going to try to turn on Maddie right here, but can't quite do so. And they can't quite find the second tick. I don't think. No, they did get it. And now Electric's going to hop on, going to try to get this third and final tick. Lives are advantage of Paris, but not by much. And now, still getting grabbed at the moment. One more player is going to be Superperp holding on for dear life, trying to get it, but Dahmer's still with the Predator on B. So now this stack over towards A should do it. So now it's basically just one more tick over by B, and Paris can call themselves champions.
Yeah, but neither team has many lives left, so it could also come down to lives. We have to keep an eye on that. There's a slight life advantage for Paris, but not much of one. They have to make a coordinated push if they want to get this. Only one take. Let's see if they can do it, Bobby.
Maddie's going to play nice and slow, has some help, 9-8. Paris has the play, and here comes the corner push. Maddie can't quite find Zephyr. The movement is just too good. Zephyr going to find the kill, 7-7. Gonna try to get Electric, but got a little too cocky. Can't quite find the kill. Lives still even for everyone that goes down. Another follows. The trades are there, making this a head-to-head battle, mono and mono type of series. Zephyr finally breaking the streak, gonna find two. Now Paris only have the lives they have to spare. They have no more respawns. It is now or never. They gotta get these next couple of kills and open it up, but they gotta play careful now. Superperp been waiting over towards field, see if they can get Chala. It's not gonna help when Maddie goes down. 5-3 for DC. Superperp might have a great opportunity here at a flank. He just is waiting for the timing. Zephyr waiting for the cross to come in. Dahmer's gonna try to find the kill. It does. Dahmer's gets a nice peek. Goalie Robbie finds Robbie as well. 3v3. We are all tied up, and now here comes the push. Electric finds Sock. They might just do it. 3v2, but Zyplex trying to prevent it from coming true. Zephyr gonna push on down over towards Radio. Not gonna check the stairs. There was a player who was free right there. It was gonna be Dahmer's, but now the call out is in. So Zephyr is gonna kill Dahmer's. Dahmer's gonna go down, and it's gonna be up to Electric. 1v2 situation here. Sees one player on the cross. Gonna be waiting. Might need to check the stairs again. Gonna try to get the slide. Can't do it. The DC Minutemen hold on for dear life, and what should have been a victory for Paris ends up going the way of DC. The series is still alive.
Oh man, dear Lord. How many kills did Superperp finish with for the loss?
Had to be 50. Had to be 50.
Did he get 50? Yeah, I think he was maybe finished just below 50. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, 48. But
doing some nice, good old-fashioned Call of Duty Vanguard. We, for one, love the game here. It's going to be up Paris Renegades up 2-1 here at Diamond Chumps. DC looking for that reverse sweep to win the gold, but they have a long road to go. It's going to be Tuscan Hardpoint, and Paris is going to be first one on the board.
They're going to be first, and first two kills also go in their favor, as right now DC is going to hold back a little bit, wait for the rest of their team to regroup. I want to see if we see the same aggression out of Paris that we have seen the first couple maps, but it seems like they seem kind of content with just holding on to the hill, but DC is able to break in, at least for the time being.
Time being, indeed. So DC just going to hold on tight. Paris, though, going to be nearby, not really going to be going anywhere, going to be that really annoying neighbor that won't shut up. Which is probably me right now with all how loud I'm casting. But I mean, hey, we've had some great COD here tonight. I mean, what do you expect me to do?
Yeah, I mean, do you really want me to answer that for you, or you
want me to you know, I trust you. Whatever you want to do.
All right. Anyway, moving on.
Yep, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Moving over to P2 now. It's gonna be Robbie inside of the point, gonna hold on here for DC. The rest of DC still maintaining spawns at the moment. You see Sock's going to try to do God's work. Got two players of Paris going to help, but here comes the help here out of Zyplex. Going to be pushing on through. Should be able to get them down, and they do. So the continued hold here from DC puts them back into the lead. And DC really getting the kills going in their favor. If they keep this up, this is going to be a long map here for Paris.
Yeah, it definitely will be. And it seems like the Paris, they are... I don't think they got the spawns yet because all of DC just spawned in that bottom church area. That is 4 dead. For Paris, and that's unfortunately that's 20 seconds of hill time that you're going to lose. But I think if you're Paris, you just go ahead and focus on the rotation. That looks like exactly what they're going to do.
Oh yeah, no, they're going to focus on the rotation for sure. Maddie even going to be sitting over on P5, catching any rotating Minutemen going around trying to get there. But for right now, it will be Paris who are going to be there first, and they have actually a really good setup here. DC are really hell-bent on trying to push into this P5, and they are just not letting them do it. So now it's going to be Dahmer's who's going to sit on the soak time. So it should be a good early 10 seconds at the very least before a DC player even gets remotely near. So good start here for Paris.
Yeah, that is indeed a good start, but unfortunately, it looks like Maddie is actually the last one left alive for Paris, and I think a couple of players spawned on the roof side for DC, and there's going to be Zephyr coming in from that roof side, and he's going to take out Maddie. But DC, they still have those spawns, but Paris, they're still getting the time.
They're still getting the time, indeed. Now they're finally broken off 25 seconds to go onto this point, and it's going to be electric. They're just going to try to soak up as much as they can before going down. One more final push here out of Paris. Keep an eye on the rotation. DC Zyplex, number 7, is going to be the first one out. Going to be cutting in through mid, but it is going to be turning around and help, so it will be Electric MC who should be able to get spawns here for Paris as long as they stay alive, but they're going to run into some issues down low.
Yeah, but definitely it looks like it, and all of DC is going to be rotated. It looks like that Zephyr, he's going to be setting up the spawns for his team as a great kill out of Maddie there.
Okay.
No words on that. It looks like there's going to be a top church and a ramp push here. Unfortunately, the rest of Paris is taken down, and that is another 4 straight down for Paris Renegades. And I mean, there's nothing. There's nothing Paris is able to do right now. It seems like they cannot break these hills.
I'm seeing a lot slower play here out of Paris, and it's just not going in their favor. DC seems to be just kind of shoving the aggression right in their face and not feeling sorry about it. But just like that, 3 go down, make it 4. Paris answering right back. DC does hit the 100-point mark first, so it's going to be Paris who are going to try to follow the same fate. There's not a lot of time left on this P4, so it's going to be a full race over to P5, and it should be a bloodbath here. We got a lot of players rotating over.
Yeah, for sure, we really do, and it looks like the initial favorite toward Paris, but only one person that's going to be in the point right now. It's going to be Dahmers, as the Super Perp is going to be coming in from the stairs. It's not going to end up working out for him. Electric, the last player alive, but DC is kind of surrounding this hill right now, but they're getting the time, and man, DC, they're feeling good right now. They're shutting down Paris, and everything seems to be working out for them.
Yeah, especially when Zephyr is going off there on the bottom stairs. 3 go down, 4 go down there for DC with a lot of hill time left to go. They can certainly start to make a massive deficit between them and Paris right here. So they continue to hold on, to continue to get the kills, but now here comes the push. Sox is going to be able to grab 1, can't grab 2. Maddie going to be really annoying here by this door. Going to try to find a couple of kills, but it's going to be DC that are continuing to stay alive. And now the push coming in from Paris, but I mean, the flank from Zephyr is just going to do them in. So now ignore this point. It's all done and over with. Paris moving on to next.
I just want to go to bed, man. And these teams are making it very difficult for me right now. I think my caster partner just muted because he was laughing.
No, we're good. We're good. I mean, I was doing something real quick, but no, we are good. No, I feel you. I mean, I want to go to bed, but you know what? This is some great COD we got, Brendy. This is some great COD. There is no place I'd rather be right now.
Yeah, this is amazing COD right now, and I'm glad to be here casting with you. But either way, right now, I mean, this is some great diamond action we got going on.
Great diamond action indeed. Paris now starting to try to make this comeback here, finally hitting the century mark and trying to hold on to this P1. DC not really getting much progress, heading on over, not really finding any of these kills. As Paris really starting to pick it up in the Slade department. I'm seeing a lot of red and a lot of 4 downs there for DC. If Paris is able to keep this up, they might be able to bring this one back, but they have to first erase this deficit, and then at that point, they just have to continue to fry. But they're going to have to soak up as much time as they possibly can across all these hills. P2 looks like it might go in Paris first. 10 seconds left here on this P1. It's going to be Dahmers, so going to be ready for next.
Yeah, but this is the first hill in a while where I think that Paris has actually done a solid job winning the rotation, as they have the spawns on that side of the map, and the rest of DC is not really in a position to make any sort of push right now. It looks like there's going to be a little bit of a group push coming in from Fields. If Maddie's able to at least get a couple trades here, that'll be good. So nice plays out of him. Sox was able to slip in through P5 as well. Electric not able to get the trade, though. That's a nice push, and now DC all of a sudden has the spawns.
DC has the spawns, they have the point, and they're starting to run away with this match. There's so much time left on this hill. They could certainly continue to do so here. 172 to 132. It's a 50-point deficit here for the Paris Renegades. And they're going to finally fall. DC going to go down. Paris going to be able to hop on the point, but how much time are they going to be able to get? They got to start thinking about P3, and it looks like Maddie has that exactly on his mind. He's going to be waiting over by his field area, and they do have spawns for it as well. As DC look to get the rest of this scrap time. And if there was any other time for a hype train to come in, it would have to be now. Paris, you are going to need to pray to the hype train and get the energy you can. You need to bring this one back.
Yeah, and so far, okay, I have no idea why Electric just spawned backfield when his team. What are these pair spawns? I guess DC is far enough up on the roof spot, but I don't know. That seemed a little interesting. But either way, Paris, Vanguard. They have the rotation, and yeah, we'll see if they're able to call their way back into this game.
And they might be able to do so. Super gonna find one, gonna find two.
Oh.
Can't find the third. It's just Zephyr, and they lost the spawns. That is so unfortunate for Paris. They weren't able to get there as there was only one player
DC
left in the hill.
DC
The DC is gonna be spawning over by the roof for right now. Robbie trying to prevent any more collection of time here for Paris, but they are continuing to flood the hill. I don't know where anybody is. I am confused.
Okay,
I am just beyond confused. Hey, Brandy, please explain that one to me.
So Zephyr spawned on the roof, and then a millisecond later, his teammates spawned bottom church. What? Like literally, no one from Paris on the roof. So I don't understand how that worked. I was watching the minimap the whole time because these spawn. I just stop. There's no explaining this.
A little under 40 points separate Paris and DC, with DC up top. They crossed the double century mark. It's 211 to 175. Paris needs to play perfect to try to win this and take home their coveted trophy. But for right now, it's been all DC. Now finally a couple of kills, but Sox is just too good. Sox continuing to get multi-kill after multi-kill, and is continuing to hold down the fort here for DC. And it's just DC with all the reinforcements. Every single time they get pushed out, they just seem to be able to recollect spawns and get a great pinch. And Paris has yet to find an answer.
Yeah, there's not really much they can do. DC cannot win in this hill. They are going to focus on rotation right now. It does look like that Paris is going to have the initial rotation onto the next hill. Only one player. It's going to be Zyplex. I really think he's just going to sit around and wait for his team to get in position. But keep an eye, Zephyr. Zephyr is on the flank right now. Is he going to get... Okay, Domers is able to catch him out. So a little bit of a sigh of relief for Paris. But they have some work to do if they want to win this.
Yeah, and reminder that Paris cannot bring it back and win it onto this hard point. So along with trying to eat up as much of this time as they possibly can, they are going to need to rotate over to P1. So Paris have a laundry list of things to do. And right now, they're getting cut off. They're getting cut off there from top fire. That means there's going to be a couple players coming in from well. And Maddie knows that. Gonna find one. Gonna look up top for Zephyr. Finds two. Zyplex going to be the last one down there. There's going to be two players going to be coming down there. But Paris are going to be ready. Double century mark reached. Paris have unlocked the achievement, and they're continuing to grind. And Electric now realize just needs to stay alive, but Robbie a little quick on the draw. DC can win here, but the contest is going to come in, and they are just going to miss the threshold. So Paris now continuing to have to play perfect, but DC are 9 points away from sending us to a game 5.
Yeah, but look at the rotation. It is fully set for Paris. There are 3 players in position for this, and Super Purpose is shortly after them. They have mid control, at least for now. Maddie is doing a good job holding on to mid. Sox is able to get it back right for now. But this is a comeback territory for Paris. Here we go.
This comeback territory, and all the kills are going the way of Paris. They are holding on and holding tight, and DC cannot find a way forward as the kills are coming on through. They know all of them are going to be made. This is about to be a bloodbath. Maddie's going to find the first opening kill. Can he find a second? Trying to find Zephyr. He does. Maddie's trying to find a third, but here comes the push, and you see it's going to be Zyplex. It's going to be coming around the back as well. This might be the pitching needed. It's going to be a fight, but Electric is going to stay alive on a 5 spree. They've gained the lead, but now they need 3 more seconds, and they cannot let DC break, and they're continuing to do so. Electric stays alive. That's the final kill. That's Paris. That's the Paris Renegades. They are your Vanguard Summer Diamond Chumps.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
Oh
what
my
in the
God.
absolute world did we just see?
What was that map? I can't believe it.
Oh my God, bro. Oh.